Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. How are you? I'm Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts. I am so glad that you guys can join me this evening and stuff. I'm going to give it a little bit of time for people to log in. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to move the light a little bit away from me because it gets hot and stuff. So for today, I'm going to be drinking sangria. My friend Jade went to Puerto Rico and got me some of this sangria pouches and stuff like that. So, you know, I think liquor now is getting kind of dangerous because now they're looking like kids, you know, kids pouches. You know, I remember I used to get these things of Kool-Aid from my son and stuff. They're actually pretty good too and stuff. Hey, Norma. Hi, Karen. Hi, Danielle, Mary, Tommy. Hey, Iris. And so, okay, well, I'm going to get started, okay, because I decided, I was playing around this week with hats. So I decided, you know, it's been a while since I have talked about some hats, and I ended up playing around with puff embroidery. Now, for those that don't know what puff embroidery is, it's embroidery that kind of like stands out. It's like on a it looks like 3D. So what happened was I was walking around the mall with my son Carlito, and there's like a store called Liz, right? And Liz sells nothing but baseball hats. So they also had this huge embroidery machine in there. When I went to look at the baseball hats, I kind of noticed that a lot of it was like 3D format. And I remember about watching a video from Eve at the Baby Booty. And she did puff embroidery on this little teddy bear with like 3 little balloons. So I was like, oh, that's what she was doing. So I asked the guy at the shop and I said, is this puff embroidery? He said, yes, it is. So I did a whole video on how I did puff embroidery. This is the hat that I did it on. And I'm going to show you guys up close. If you look at it, you kind of see that the letter is raised, okay? Very different from when you see like when you have regular embroidery, such as this one, where it's just something that, you know, kind of like just looks out like that. Ooh, can't wait to hear about this. Oh, that's so cute. Hey, Christian. So it's just a really different type of way to embroider, and it's really, really popular. And one of the things that I noticed when I walked through the whole store, right, I was looking at all the caps, and they had like, you know, stuff from like New York Yankees and all the sports and all that kind of stuff. And all of it had this puff embroidery. So I was kind of like, all right, so this has got to be a big seller if these folks have all of these stores in these malls and all they're doing is selling these baseball hats with this raised embroidery, okay? So one of the things that I did was I remember when I was watching Eve, she had talked about the 3D puff embroidering, and she said you have to buy special files for this type of embroidery, which really does make sense because when you are looking at the puff that goes underneath, and this is what it is. I say puff, but it's puff embroidery, but this is foam. Okay, it's foam that you put on the actual on the hat, and then you're kind of like the stitches go on top of this. They have the different colors, okay? And a lot of times what is really best is to try to get foam that kind of matches your thread, because if, like, let's say the thread is not thick enough and it doesn't cover the whole foam, you know, I mean, you know, you could see it's not gonna, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm getting tongue tied. Okay, so anyway, what I mean is you put this on the hat, okay, and the thread goes across, right? You know how when you're embroidering, the thread goes back and forth, right? It's supposed to be really tight that you don't even see the fabric that's underneath, right? Well, with the same thing, the same concept with this. However, though, let's say sometimes you have a bad design, and when the stitches go back and forth, they leave like a little gap between them. If you have the foam the same color of the thread, it won't be that bad to the eye. Now, to me and you, it probably will, because we do this all the time, so we kind of know what a good embroidery is supposed to look like, okay? Like I just did a hat for my girlfriend Jade, and I saw the E and the D on her hat. To me, I could just tell my tension was off a little bit on the machine. To her, she thinks it's the greatest thing on earth. You know, she's wearing it now. And now she's laughing, and she'll probably go home and start staring at the E when she gets home tonight. But anyway, but the thing is, you know, you kind of know, because the thing is, this is something that you do. Now she's looking at it right now. So anyway, the thing is, when you do this all the time, you know exactly how perfect things are supposed to gonna look. So we have that trained eye. So when we look at a product and then we look at the embroidery, we could kind of tell if a stitch is off, or if the tension was off, or if the stitch is loose or something like that. So, you know, it's kind of funny because, like, for us, it's like we want everything to be perfect, so we know what to look for. But sometimes for regular folks that, you know, they're just see it looks perfect to them, they're good with it. You know, it's just a difference, you know. So anyway, going back to this, I really do love this. Let me tell you, I really, really love this. Now, let me tell you about the downfall of puff embroidering, though. Okay, you have to buy files that are specific for this type of embroidery, which means you can probably try it with a regular embroidery file, but you have to remember, when they designed those files, they did not design those files to be stitched on top of foam. They were designed to be stitched on a flat surface, okay? So you might be able to get away with it if you get the 2 millimeter. This is the 2 millimeter. They do have the 3 millimeter, which is a little thicker. You may be able to get away with it, but I'm not sure. So my recommendation is, if you have a flat file and you want to do the puff embroidery on a flat file, test it before putting it on your final product, because the last thing you want to do is to go through the whole embroidery on your product, and then next thing you know, this doesn't work. So that would suck, you know. So now, puff embroidery files, not cheap at all. Their price is at a whole different level than when you buy regular embroidery files. When I buy regular embroidery files, I can get them as cheap as 97 cents, and sometimes they can be as expensive as $8. I bought the whole alphabet. The whole alphabet was $10, okay? I never spent $10 before on an alphabet embroidery font. I think the most I ever spent was $5 or $6. But this was like $10, and that was one of the cheaper ones that I was able to find. I saw some that went all the way up to $15, even $20 for the whole alphabet. So, and you know, there's not a lot out there. There really, really isn't. So, you know, those script fonts that we're used to, like the one I have on my wine hat, or, you know, the one I have here with Boricua, these fonts are, I couldn't find them. They probably are. And if there's someone out there that's a digitizer, hint, hint, you know, this would probably be a good money maker. You know, if you could take fonts like this and make them into puff embroidery files, that would be awesome. I could see it, because I know I buy it, you know. But it's mostly print. A lot of it was print. I did see a couple of script, but they really didn't look too attractive to me. You know, especially when you dealt with a lot of different fonts from Stitchtopia and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. So, you know, so this is puff embroidery. I do have a video where I made this hat from start to finish. You know, so you guys can see the whole process of how I did it. I also did this on a unstructured hat. Now, for those of you that don't know what a structured and unstructured hat is, I have a sample for you right here. Hold on. Okay. All right. I got two hats here. I knew I had these hats out for a reason. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Now, structured hats. If you look inside your hat, and let's say this is hard, okay? And then sometimes you open it up, and then in here, you'll see, like, sometimes they'll have like a mesh or a little hard portion in here. These are called structured hats. Structured hats are a dream to embroider on a multi-needle machine. And they are hell to embroider on a single needle machine. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. On a single needle machine, you have a flat bed. So you need everything to be flat. So what you usually do is you use something called a hat hoop, which this is a hat hoop. This is one that I really highly recommend to a lot of folks. What I usually do with the hat hoop is I take sticky stabilizer, I put it behind here, okay? And I have the sticky part coming out. You take your hat and then you're gonna hoop it in here. You're gonna open up this lid. I'm gonna open it up a little bit so you guys can see. See how it opens up? Okay, you have that little space. This is where you're gonna take the lip of the hat. And hold on, I'll show you guys what I did. And then you just tighten it. And I'll show you guys, so don't worry. I know you guys can't see, but I just wanna, it's kind of hard to do it when it's up in the air. Okay, so here it is. The lid, the lip of the hat goes inside of here. And then I tighten this up. Now, remember, you're going to have your sticky stabilizer back here. So what you do is you're going to take this, and this isn't really like snugged in because I did it really fast. And what you do is you kind of fold this down. So the reason why I say these are hell for the single needle is because you're going to be forcing this down. So when you are sewing this on a single needle, you're never going to not hold the hat. You're always going to want to hold down that hat because you need this flat. This is going to be on your machine like this. And then you're going to take this. It's kind of hard for me to show you. And then you just go flat like that. And then this is where your needle is underneath. And then you start embroidering. Now, I do have a video on how to use this hat hoop. And I embroidered a hat. In that video, you see how I kind of squish this down. And I actually make sure that it's positioned correctly. Now, because this is structured hats on a single needle machine sometimes shift, okay? Which is why I say you cannot walk away from the machine. You're always going to have your hand on here somehow, okay? Because you want to make sure that as the machine is stitching this hat, this hat does not shift. Because if the hat shifts, your image is going to be distorted, okay? And then you're going to be pissed. So, because I know I would, because then it's like, there goes that hat, you know? Or you're going to have to take out all the stitches and stuff. So this on a single needle machine is kind of very, you know, I'm not saying that it's, well, yeah, I did say it. It's kind of hell, you know, to do on the single needle. But after you've done a couple of it, you kind of already know the challenges that you're going to have whenever you're doing structured hats on a single needle, and you are then become more comfortable in time, and then you end up, you know, knowing what to do. You end up really knowing how to, you know, manipulate the hat in such a way that it's going to come out nice and flat, and you're going to know exactly how to hold the hat in the machine. So while it's stitching, it's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these are kind of, you know, this is really, really, really helpful. Highly recommend this. Hathoop.com is where I got mine. I actually got it from Hat Hoop on Etsy, but they also have their own website called hathoop.com. You know, they're really good, very, very sturdy. I've had this for, God, I'm going on 3 years, and I still have the same one. So, I mean, it was worth the money and stuff like that. So this is like really, really good. Now, if you have a multi-needle machine, structured hats are a dream to do because it is so hard that when you put it in the machine, okay, you know, you don't have to worry about it. The machine kind of moves it, and you don't have to worry about flattening it out or anything like that because it just feeds right into your machine, okay? I do have, well, I had it. I don't know where I put it. Here it is. As you can see, this is from the multi-needle. This is where this goes into a hat hoop station, which I have in the back. And then what I do is I take the hat and I hoop it on here. once this is hooped on here, and I'm not going to be able to demonstrate this right now because I need to actually stand at the hooping station. So like that, I was debating on if I should go and do that and try, but I'm going to do that on a whole video where I can have the whole camera facing that station so that you guys can see. But see how round this is? You don't have to make this flat, okay? So what happens is once you have this in and you connect this to the machine just actually just moves the hat back and forward, and the structure is just, you don't have to worry about it. Here you can literally just press the button and you can walk away. The only time you have to mess with it is if your bobbin runs out or you have a needle break or a thread break or something like that, okay? So structured hats, okay? Structured hats is all about the hard coating that's inside, okay? Now, this is unstructured hat. Unstructured hat is kind of like these little floppy hats that you see. These are actually inexpensive. You can get them a lot from Hobby Lobby, Michael's and stuff. They don't cost that much. They have nothing in there. You can you can wrinkle it up very, very easy. This is another unstructured hat. As you can see, I can just squish it up and everything. There's nothing inside. It's just the fabric. And this is the Distress brand. This kind of very popular and stuff. I know my girlfriend Patty loves she has a hat that's Distress and she like wears that all the time. And so I think I'll make one with her name on it. But this has no structure to it, okay? Now, it's the opposite. This on a multi-needle machine can be, oh, where did I go? Where did I go? Hold on, guys. I'm coming back. Sorry. I think I hit something by mistake. I'm going to not touch anything for a while. Okay, so anyway, sorry. All right. Non-structured hats. It's opposite, okay? When this is really hard to do, for me anyway, hard to do on a multi-needle, easy to do on a single needle, okay? Single needle, because just like you do here, you take this and you put this in this little hoop. Because this is not structured, okay? This is so easy to just flatten it out and just smooth it out and then just let it stitch. I mean, it's a lot easy. It's for a single needle, this is like the dream hat to stitch on, okay? So if I had just a single needle machine, I would be pushing these hats to my customers, I would be like, you don't want a structured hat. You want this hat because this is really going to make things easy. However, though, if your customer wants a structured hat, okay, wants a hat that's like this, because I know these are really very popular, and you only have a single needle machine, then what I would do is I would recommend charging a hoop fee for this, okay, especially because you already know off the bat, this is not very easy to, embroider on a single needle. So I would probably charge an extra $2 or $3 just to do this hat. For this, it's very, very easy. I would do the same thing. I would use sticky stabilizer, put it in the back of this hoop, and then I would go ahead and I would just take this and I would just smooth it out. And because they picked this, I probably would not charge a hooping fee probably for a non-structured hat, especially when it's so easy to do. Now, the only catch too is that when you have a single needle machine, I just noticed when I was looking at it, the sweatband. Pay very close attention to your sweatband, okay? There have been lots of times when I had embroidered a hat, and when I went and I embroidered the hat, I embroidered the sweatband as well. And you do not want to embroider the sweatband. The sweatband should never be part of your design, okay? So you should always want to make sure that you pull this down. I know some people have even taken some painter's tape or, some type of tape, and they, done like this, and then they put tape on it to make sure that it doesn't get in the way, and then they put it in the hoop. I personally have made the mistake where I thought that I had snugged this in correctly, and I didn't. And then when I embroidered, this kind of like snuck out. And then next thing you know, when I was done, the embroidery was beautiful. And then when I looked inside the hat, this was stitched. with the design. And I was like, really, so there went that hat. So, so, just something to always be worried of. Okay. Or I don't know if I said that right, worried or whatever, but just be cautious of that. You guys know what I mean when I say that. Okay. So, oh, there's a question. Okay.
There's a comment.
Oh, there's a comment. Okay.
Miss Cheryl Sampson says you have to clip the sides down on a single needle. Excuse me, non-structured.
Yes, you should. Yes. When you, when you have a non-structured, Cheryl's right. When you have a non-structured, you can clip them down. You got to make sure they're smooth. Okay. Do what you got to do to do it in there. That sweatband is going to be the death of me. Yeah. You know what, Cheryl? I mean, that sweatband has been the death to a lot of people. I'm telling you. Everybody always asks me that I have baseball hats. Those are all the baseball hats that I sold the sweatband on, but I couldn't give it to a customer. So now I'm wearing it. Okay. So, I mean, I don't like throwing away my hats, but, yes, there are a lot of different ways to just make sure that it is down and, and so these are really the easiest ones. Now, multi-needle and this, okay. As you can see, this is very floppy, okay? There's really no structure to it and stuff like that. It's not hard at all. So when I go and I put this on my hoop for this, okay? I hoop it on. How does it go? Okay, it goes this way. Well, I don't know. Well, you hoop it on. There it is. Sorry. You hoop it on, and as you can see, it's flimsy, right? The machine is going to go back and forward, and because it's flimsy, also notice how you get like sometimes creases. Okay, I know the lighting's bad. I'm sorry, guys. It's just that if I put the lighting on me, I'm gonna be sweating all over the place. Okay, so. But see how it wrinkles? Okay. See how it wrinkles? Okay. It's going to wrinkle like that on the machine. Now, if you watch the video where I did this hat, I first did it on a non-structured hat, which is something like this. As a matter of fact, I did it on this black hat. Okay. And when I did it, you saw that the puff embroidery did not come out good. Okay, I did not embroider the whole thing. I just did the letter J, and it was a mess. Okay, the threading, the way that it is sewed was very distorted. It just wasn't easy to do. Now, I am sure you can embroider on a non-structured hat on a multi-needle. It's just, I guess for me, I just have to find a different way, which me, I did. Okay, so let me show you what I do with my multi-needle machine when I want to do unstructured hats. Okay, very similar to how we have this hat hoop. Okay, well, I have something called fast frames. Okay, and for those of you that don't know, in a multi-needle machine, they have mighty hoops, and then they have fast frames. And fast frames is when you just connect this frame to the machine because you want something flat on it, right? You can use these for like baby onesies. You can use these for bags. I do these a lot for bags and all that kind of stuff. Well, I have been using this one for the hats. What I do is I put sticky stabilizer in the bottom. And then what I'll do is I'll take this hat and I just lay it on top of the sticky stabilizer. Same concept as a single needle machine. And then I just smooth it out to make sure that, there's no, that it's flat and there's no creases or anything like that. And then I let the machine do its magic. Now, I babysit it also. So, that's what I just do. Does the fast frame curl go up or down for the brother machine? This goes down. This goes, okay, Christian, the way this is where you would hook it up. I'm facing my brother machine, okay? This is the back of the hoop, and then you would stick it in, and then you go up. Oh, and wait, I know what you're talking about, the curl. What she's talking about is this, and let me tell you, Christian, that messed me up when I first got these. if you look at this, see how it goes up, okay? The part that goes up, that's what goes on top. You don't do it like this, okay? You do not do it like this. I know it's tempting because you think, oh, I hooked this up here, and then this is supposed to go, you know, it's just going up to the thing, and then it goes down, and then no. You turn it around, and it's supposed to, you hook it up. This is supposed to go up and then down. So, Christian, I hope that that answers your question and stuff. Don't even know if there was an up or down. Yeah. So there's a little curve on here. Okay. All the fast frames have this. So, you know, it just goes, you know, so all the fast frames, because all the fast frames I have squares. They come in squares, they come in rectangles and stuff like that. This is the circle one, and this is the one that I use for the hats. So what I do is I put it in the machine this way. I have my sticky stabilizer on the bottom, and then I just take my hat and I just lay it on top. And then what I do is I smooth this out, okay? And then I hook it up to the machine, okay? So that, you know, it works fine. Now, the hat hoop for non-structured hats, can you do it? I'm sure you probably can. I just haven't found the trick, okay? It just hasn't worked for me. They all come out jacked up. And the way I look at it is I don't want to be throwing hats in the garbage all the time. So this works, okay? Once again, though, when I use this, make sure that sweatband, because like Cheryl said, I'm losing my voice. Like Cheryl said, this sweatband, sometimes I wish they were detachable, you know, that you could take the sweatband out and then embroider it and then just like stick it back on. But you can't, okay? So it's part of the hat. So, but it works, okay? Now, another thing that I want to share with you guys. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking it that fast because I forgot that sangria. Okay, well, anyway. If I start slurring my words, let me know. Okay, so anyway, you know, I wanted to show you guys another thing about hats. I did this a while back. I only did one hat in this style, but I'm looking at it and I was staring at hats. I'm telling you, I was all about hats this week. And I was thinking to myself, what else can we do with the hats? Now, we buy all these embroidery files. We put them on shirts. We put them on towels. We put them on napkins and all that kind of stuff. We could put them on hats. But the other thing that I was thinking about was applique. I did this hat in applique, okay? It's fabric, and applique, we do applique on shirts all the time. We do them on towels. We do them on blankets. We do them on jackets. We do them on clothes. But, you know, people don't put them on hats. And I'm thinking applique out. We have so many cute applique alphabets out there, okay? Not as much like, you know, like the puff embroidery. Puff embroidery, I only saw like very few fonts out there. But applique fonts, there are so many different options out there. And there's so many different designs of applique. So I'm like thinking to myself, why can't we use this on a hat? So I just went and I stitched this out, okay? Because I went and I bought this fabric and I stitched out this hat for a friend of mine for a protest that she wanted to go to for Black Lives Matter. And let me tell you, it came out really, really cute. And I went and made myself one. So I was like, why can't, you know, I'm like, this came out perfect. So I'm thinking I'm going to really, really start playing around a lot with different hats and see different types of styles because, you know, baseball hats do not go out of fashion. They really, really don't. Okay. I mean, you see people wear them all the time. They wear them with their, you know, all year round. They wear them in the summer, the winter, all the time, right? I mean, hell, I mean, I wear them bad hair days, you know, they're lifesavers, you know? So, you know, to me, it's like you can really, really create a whole bunch of stuff. There's another question.
Yes.
Okay.
From Transforming Life Church in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
She's saying, are you saying fast ring or flat ring from there?
Oh, no. Fast. I'm sorry, Transforming. You're talking, I know you're talking about this. This is called a fast frame. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said it wrong. Girl, I'm a New Yorican, okay? I am so sorry. You know how we are. We are fast people, okay? So I'm sorry. But, you know, being from New York, you know, you pushed everybody out of the way, the subway and all that kind of stuff and everything. And, you know, we talk. Sorry. So this is called a fast frame, okay? And you could get them as a set. They don't come with embroidery machines, okay? This is something that is used for multi-needle machines, okay? They have them for all types of multi-needle machines, but you know, you have your own little frame that you stick into the machine, and then you have these are like the different hoops to use with the fast frames. It's the sangria. Yeah, it sure is, Sylvia. This thing is strong. What is this? How many alcohol? There's rum in here. Yeah. Oh, well, hey.
Puerto Rican rum.
Oh, it's Puerto Rican rum. Okay, well, shoot. There's Bacardi. This Bacardi got me feeling good. All right, let's go back to the hats. Okay. Y'all correct me now, okay? I'm not stuttering yet. Drinking it fast, too. Think that I got that. Slow down. Okay, anyway. So this is fast frames, okay? That's what this is, okay? So I'm going to put this over here. And, all right, so applique, another option. You know, and the thing is, too, is with embroidery, that's the one thing that I love about embroidery. You can make your own stuff. You can find, I mean, with all the different embroidery files that are out there, I mean, you can embroider anything. And this is another thing, too. What makes you think you only have to embroider the front of the hat? Embroider the side of the hat. Embroider the back of the hat, even though I didn't embroider the back of the hat on any of these hats. But you know what? I'm going to start doing that. You can create the hat. And then for your friends in the back or even on the little side, embroider their names on it. That's cute. They'll like that. They'll be like, oh, this is really nice. You know, because you know how many times people put their hats down and they lose it. So now they have their name on it. Okay. And another thing too, when you're making hats, don't forget to put your logos in the hats. Oh, I didn't put the logos on any of my hats. I'm over here telling you guys to not forget it, and I ain't do it on mine. Oh, no. None of these. Okay, I bet. Okay, here we go. You remember how I told you guys in one video, in one of the videos, I told you, always put your brand on all your products and stuff. So what I do is on the side of the band of the baseball hat, I put my my shop name on there. That way, let's say you sell a hat and somebody says, oh, that's a cute hat. Where'd you get that hat from? All the person has to do is look inside the hat and they remember the name. Because remember, they're going to come on, they're going to say, oh, I got it off Etsy. Okay, well, Etsy has like all these different shops. What shop in Etsy? Well, if you have it inside of the hat, then they'll know. You know what I'm saying? They'll see that. So, yeah, I got to go back and tag the rest of these hats and stuff. So, and you know, and get creative, you know, like this one, I just bought the embroidery file with the Puerto Rican flag on it. I put Boricua on it. Cute. This one, I put Latina on it, and all I did was put the different types of browns on there. You know, come up with different stuff. This was another one that I came out with for Black Lives Matter. Really cute, different. Not a lot of people have, you know. You can come up with your own stuff. And this was a design, and I didn't like their fonts. So I usually, sometimes if I find a nice design with a saying on it, and if I don't like the fonts that they use, I like to use my own fonts. I'll delete the saying that they put, or I'll create my own saying, or I'll use the same saying, but I just want my own fonts. So what I did with this one is I just put my own fonts on there because I just thought it gave it a more cleaner look. So, you know, I did this one. This was really cute, you know, and then this one, be careful though. Don't sell stuff like this. Okay. Copyright. I did this. This is mine. I did it for me. I don't sell. I just did a little, I bought a file with little different flowers. And then I was like, oh, to wear at the wineries and stuff. So I just, you know, put that there. Isn't that cute? So, you know, but be careful, you know, about, you know, don't do copyright. You don't want to get in trouble and stuff like that. So, you know, there's just so many things you can do with hats. And now look, all I'm showing you right now is the baseball hats. You can do more than baseball hats, okay? So these are just the hats. I showed you structured, I showed you unstructured. Now winter's coming, okay? Now, some people, they wear baseball hats in the wintertime. You know, they usually wear the black or red or, you know, those little dark colors and stuff in the wintertime and stuff. I sell a lot of the white hats in the summer. But, you know, wintertime's coming. And remember, I did a video on how to embroider a beanie. Now, this one is not exactly my little favorite because, as you can see, I put my name a little bit too small in here. And then what I did was I used knockdown stitches on this. So I will do another video. And this time, what I have an idea, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I just need to make sure I perfect it first. What I was thinking was I found that now they're selling a lot of these hats that are folded like this. And then what it is they have like a piece of leather and they sew the leather on the hat and then they put the person's name on it. That is not hard to do, okay? It is not. All we have to do is just buy a piece of vinyl, okay? Because it doesn't have to be leather. It can be vinyl, okay? Get a nice piece of tan vinyl, embroider the person's name on the vinyl, cut out the vinyl, and then all we're gonna do is take this to a sewing machine and we will sew the vinyl on the hat. And there you go. And you ain't had to spend no $20. See, there you go. So, I mean, I am going to do that. That was something that I saw because I saw people had these hats and they had like the little leather thing and they had like an initial or sometimes they had like a little drawing on it or a person's name on it. And I'm like, it's just something that they have. And this is another thing too. Let's say you don't want to sew that on a hat. Heat and bond. There you go. You put some heat and bond on the back of the vinyl or the back of the leather and then just heat it right onto the hat. And then you could just like, you know, sew it in. I see Crafty Puerto Rican in the house, Miss Brown. She started her new channel and stuff. Please subscribe. I want to see her make it big too. And stuff. So another idea. So I'll do a video on that. Oh, another question.
Yep.
She's getting carried away with this question stuff, isn't she? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Darn it, I missed that.
You see? Look at that. Now I messed her up.
Okay. Z.
All
Female
right.
Hustle Inc. Not sure if I missed it, but what type? Could you just remind her what type of hats you're using?
Oh, what type of hats I'm using? Okay. Girl, go on Amazon. Amazon has these Glinton hats. They sell 12. I think you get like 12 dozen hats for like $30. So if you really calculate it, what do? You pay about what, $2.50, something like that, a hat, something like that. But if you go to my Amazon shop, you will see the hats there. Okay, you will see. I have it linked there. And they sell them in all colors. They sell them in all colors. They got the black, they got the pink, they got the white, they got purple. They even got the collage ones. You know, the one military. What they call that? The military people. What is that? Collage. You know, with all the different color uniforms.
Camouflage.
There you go. Camouflage. The camouflage hats and stuff like that. They got those. They got, you know, and they got the different types of camouflage because I think the military, they switched the pattern of the camouflage and stuff. I think Air Force has like a blue type of camouflage, and then the Army, they got the green one, stuff like that. So, you know, they have all those hats, and you get 12 by a pack. Now, if you don't want to go on Amazon.com to get the hat, another great place for you to get hats is JiffyShirts.com. JiffyShirts.com has a whole bunch of variety of hats, okay? And you can get some really inexpensive hats there too. Like, for instance, this hat that's distressed, this one I didn't get off of Amazon. This one I got off of Jiffy Shirts, okay? JiffyShirts.com, and if you search for distressed hats, these will pop up. And they have these in all different colors and stuff like that. I don't remember the price. If I know it wasn't more than $4 because I'm real cheap. Okay, so I'm not gonna spend like, you know, $4 and over on a hat. You know, I mean, you know, if you've been watching me a long time, you know me. I be going after those sales, and I be going for the coupons and stuff like that. So if I remember correctly, I think this was like $2.30 or $3 a hat, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know this was jiffyshirts.com. I think this was Michael's. This was a Michael's hat. You know, if you go to Michael's and you're looking for a hat like this, unstructured, don't forget Michael's have that 40% coupon. If you're military or teacher, you get 15% off and stuff. If you could buy this online using that website Rakuten, whatever. It used to be Ebates, but it's like Rakuten, whatever. What I usually do is I use that to place my order because I get 1% cash back. Plus, I get my military discount, and then I go to the store and I just pick it up. That way, I just get what I need instead, because knowing me, I walk into Michael's and I'll get the hat plus a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, because you always got, you know, I always end up at the sales stuff. So, you know, so I hope that answers your questions. I know I gave you a mouthful and stuff like that, but you know, I gave you some more for 411 and stuff like that. Let me see. Oh, and another thing that I want to tell you too is try I don't know if I mentioned it before. Damn, the Bacardi. Anyway, the fonts. I think, and let me know if I said this before, okay? Say it on the script and stuff, because Jay's been drinking too. Okay, so anyway, what do you call it? The fonts. I like collecting different fonts, because the thing is, for different shirts, I like to make things for people all the time. And the last thing I want is to make something for one friend, and then I make it for another friend, and then they all show up for the same, hey Harmony, how you doing? And they all show up wearing the same hat with the same font. Because then I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna give me that look. You know what I mean? So anyway, I love to collect fonts, and I'm always keeping track of what font I use for who. So different fonts for the hats are like fabulous. I mean, this is called the Willow font. I just bought it from Stitchtopia. I love it. I think it's so cute. I mean, it's thin. It's really cute. I even got this one. This is the one that I did with the wine. This is Willow. This is Willow. And this one, all I did was to get this look, very easy. When you do the birthday shirts for kids and you do anything, all you have to do is, when you go in Brilliance, select each of the letters, select a different color for the letter. That's all you got to do. That's it. And you select a different, and then the machine will just stitch each letter in a different color that you tell it to stitch. So, and if you're doing it on a single needle machine, just every time you finish a letter, stop the machine and just plop in another thread and just change it. I mean, this is cute. This is really, really cute. I sell a lot of these, the Latina one, right? I sell a lot of these. And what I was thinking was, because people like this, and this is just a regular font, I figured they may like this too. It's just it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just a different version. There you go. There. So I'm thinking, it'd be interesting to see. Haven't made a sale yet, but I think people may like that. So I don't know. We'll see. So and then try the different embroidery files. I mean, that is one thing. And I think Eve, when I was watching Eve the other night and stuff, she mentioned it. You buy so many files of embroidery files, and it is so true. If anything, I'm starting to think that is really the biggest expense in this hobby. We think about all the equipment and all the thread and all the stabilizer and all the frames and all that kind of stuff. But think about all the times that I'm, every time I'm at a website and I'm looking at new embroidery files, I always got to buy something. Okay. And then what's funny is, you look at all these files and you think they're so cute. And then you have all these ideas, and then what ends up happening is sitting on your drive because you haven't had the time to really stitch it out and stuff. So, I mean, because I already have a lot of files that I purchased with intentions to make, but haven't done anything yet. And then I got the question. Go ahead.
Mary wants to know where you got the fast frame from.
Oh, where I got the fast frame from. Okay. I actually bought it from my sewing shop. I like to buy things from Susie. I shop a lot at Susie's Quilt Shop in Manassas. I like to do it because I like to support my local sewing shops, because to me they're small businesses, and I'm a small business myself, and I just feel like you guys support each other. At the same time, she always helps me too, because she always gives out my business card and all that kind of stuff. So as a thank you, I always like to shop there. So I got it from there. However, if you don't have a sewing shop near you, what you can do is you can go to man, there's like so many places that you can go to. If you Google fast frames, what I would do is, like, let's say you have whatever embroidery machine you have, right? Type in the name and then type in fast frames, and you'll probably see I think there's sewing parts online. You can get it from there. There's a Sewing Machine Plus, something like that. They sell them too. If you were to just Google fast frames, you'll see it. And you'll see that they sell them. You could buy it. You could buy the set, and you could buy the individual frames. Now, what I would do is, me personally, I bought the set, and I think that's the best way to go, because what happens is you get the frame and the arm, okay? And I'm gonna show you what so you can see. This is the arm. Okay, here you go. See, this is a fast frame, okay? Well, when you buy the set, this right here, this part right here, this right here, this is the arm, okay? This is an actual frame, okay? You take this off. See, I'm going to take this off right now. You just unscrew this right here, and see it comes right off, okay? So this is the arm that goes into the embroidery machine. So you would take this and you would just slap it in the machine. Then these are the different hoops. Okay, you get these in like all the different sizes and stuff like that. They're really, really cool. And one of them is the one that I just showed you with the I don't know where I put it, but anyway. Oh, there it is. See, you get all these. These all fit. So, like, let's say if I'm doing the hat, the unstructured, I would put this in here. Oh, I closed it up again. All right, let me open this up. Okay, you take this. Oh, wrong way. Always do it up. Like I was telling Christian. There you go. And then you just, and then you just snap this in the machine. And I would put my sticky stabilizer underneath. And then I would take my unstructured hat and put it on there and flatten it. And then let the machine do its magic and stuff. So, yeah. So, I got mine from the sewing shop. I have to be honest, I don't remember how much I paid. I think they ran about maybe $600-700. I'm not sure. See, because what happened was when I bought my very first machine, right? I bought the machine with everything. I just told the lady, just throw it all together. I said, I want the fast frames. I want a hoop, the hoop driver with the jig and all that stuff. Because that's separate too. Okay, so when and I want the machine and all that kind of stuff. So everything together, it all came to like 11 grand with everything. But I'm gonna tell you something. These machines can get really up there. Okay, because the machines are very, very pricey. And then the thing is, then you have to also buy parts to these machines also, because even though the machines, they do come with their own hoops, but they come with the old-fashioned hoops. And I'll show you what the old ones look like so that you get an idea. And you can use them, but the thing is, they're not exactly very hoop friendly, okay? Because the thing is, it's what you got on your single needle machine, the 5x7, but it's bigger. Okay, I just got hit with the chancleta. So that means that it's 10 minutes. And she's too gentle. Because I'll tell you what, if it was my mother, she would have knocked me out. So anyway, but I'll talk real fast. So anyway, this is not very, very easy to hoop. Okay, because the fabric will shift and all that kind of stuff and everything like that. So, I got Mighty Hoops. Mighty Hoops are magnetic hoops. They're very, very easy to use. Harmony did a video on the difference between a regular hoop and a Mighty Hoop. She did an excellent job in that video. Mighty Hoops are very, very expensive. You're talking about $150 a pop. Okay, and you will end up buying more than one Mighty Hoop because they have all the different sizes. But the thing is, I swear to you, that is a hoop that I always grab. I always grab the Mighty Hoops. These came with the machine, never used them. I have them, but I have not used them. The only one I used was the real little one, and that was because I didn't have the small Mighty Hoop. Now that I have the small Mighty Hoop, I'm just like, I don't even touch these now. So these are things like from the past. So it's like, you can still use them, but it's not something that I, that I kind of care for. So anyway, I don't know. That's stuff. So anyway, okay. Another question.
But Harmony says she forgot to mention that there is no hoop burn with Mighty Hoop.
That is right. Yes. Yep. That's right. Because when you are hooping with the old ones, right? And even like when you get that you're looking at the 5x7, right? You have hoop burn. Now, hoop burn is when the fabric with how am I gonna say it? Okay. All right. You have. Oh man, this thing is tight. You can tell I never used it. Okay, so let me go over here. Hold on. I got one. All right. Let's go to nope, this one's not it. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Okay, here it is, 5x7. All right, you have this. This is the bottom of your hoop, right? You put your stabilizer, you put your fabric, then you take this and you put it on top. You squeeze it. What ends up happening is the piece of fabric that you just squeezed within here, okay? When you're embroidering, it kind of rubs. And then when it rubs, it kind of like gets like discolored a little bit, or it doesn't stretch correctly. So when it takes it out, you're always going to see that mark where the fabric was folded in here. Okay, sometimes that happens. That's what's called hoop burn. When you use magnetic hoops doesn't pinch the fabric. It does, like, it folds it. What it is your fabric is straight. So all it is it's pinched, but it's pinched straight. None of the fabric is folded up or down. It's just a straight pinch. So when you take it apart, there is no hoop burn on your fabric and stuff. So yes, Harmony is correct. It's the magnetic hoop is the way to go. I'm telling you, if you guys progress to a multi-needle machine, and I don't care what brand you have, because Mighty Hoops make hoops for all the brands. They make them for the Rokoma, they make them for the Melco, they make them for the Brother, they make them for the Happy machines, the I think it's JKS or KSK, whatever. It has a J in there somewhere. It's the one that John Deere uses a lot. I heard those are really good machines too. But it's like all the machines, they have the Mighty Hoop. All you have to do is when you order it, you just got to make sure you let them know what machine you have, and they'll make sure that you have the right fit for that machine. But those Mighty Hoops is really the best ones that people all go through. And so now I know that I am at the end of my time and stuff. And you guys, I always like to say hi to everybody and stuff like that, because I really appreciate all you guys support and everything. So I see that I think I got everybody's questions. I see Danielle's on here. Don't forget to wave, Iris, when you get to Stafford, Virginia. Oh, that means, Danielle, you're not that far from me, because I'm in Haymarket, Virginia. You're not that far at all. Hey, Renee. Hey, Norma. I got to reach out to you again, Norma, because I do plan on hitting Miami again. So I would love to meet up with you again when I get there and stuff. Hey, Karen. Hey, Iris. Hey, MG Wells. And, you know, and when I get to Miami, I know there was someone else that reached out to me. I got to check my Facebook and stuff. And somehow we were trying to connect and we didn't and stuff. But, you know, I'm sure we'll catch up and stuff. Hey, Kenya and Tracy. I see Cheryl, Robin, Mary. Hey, Miss Max. And stuff. Trying to do a hat today. Disaster. Don't be defeated, Miss Max. That's right. You can do, I mean, shoot. You know how many hats I messed up? It's okay. And remember what I said. You have to have your research and development budget. Okay, so you go and you just buy a pack of hats, and it's just to practice, and that's it. But you're going to get better, and you're going to get it. Don't worry about it. And if you do need help, just reach out, okay? And stuff. Hey, Christian. Hey, Miriam. How are you? Hey, Sassy. So I see Barb, Renee, Cheryl. There goes Tammy. Hey, So Sweet. Hey, Dee Dee, how are you? I want to put my name on a hat. How would I do that in Brilliance? I would like to create a new design, type my name, and transfer it. Okay, Dee Dee, if you watch the video that I have on the channel on how I made the hat, you know, if you don't see anything there, please reach out to me and I will do one from scratch, okay? Because there's nothing wrong with making another video, you know, just to do a little refresh and stuff like that. So if those don't you don't understand those, then don't worry about it, okay? Hey, Cheryl, Tammy. Got some love out there too, I see, okay? Bottom up. Hey, Barb. Yeah, I tell you, man, this is strong, you know, for a little juice box, man. You know, what's the alcohol on this thing? What's the alcohol content? It doesn't even say. You know, you got to be scared when they don't put that number on there.
8%.
8%. Oh, that's not bad. Puerto Rican rum with natural juices. Damn. They need to sell these in Wegmans. They really do. Hey, Eve, how are you? Hey, Iris.
There is a question.
Oh, there's another question?
Yeah, it says, do you modify the designs in Embroidery Essentials? That's from Hannah.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, that's what, you know, when you don't, you know, when I buy my designs, a lot of times, sometimes I do make modifications to them, you know, and sometimes what I'll do is if I find, you know, always read the designs too, though, before you do that. You know, sometimes people that sell designs, they don't have a problem with you changing up the designs. Some people do with copyright issues, okay? So usually what I do is when I buy a design, I always read the description and I make sure that the person says that, you know, they don't mind that you use the design for resale and stuff like that. If they don't mind doing that, then go ahead and you're good to go. But if they do mind, my recommendation, especially if it's something that you want, reach out to them. And, you know, it doesn't hurt because I've done it. I'll reach out to them and then I'll say, hey, I understand these are your terms, but I want to buy your product, but this is what I want to do. Is that okay with you? You know, a lot of times, sometimes they'll come back to me and they'll say, yeah, go ahead. It's not a problem. And then I'm like, all right, that's fine. So then I'll go and I'll buy it and then I'll make whatever changes and stuff like that. Now, if they tell me no, I respect that. I just go, not a problem. Got it. Beautiful product, you know, beautiful, you know, embroidery file. But I know that if I buy it and I want to use it, I have to use it as is. And I don't like to deflect from that because to me, I look at it as I like to respect the designers out there, okay? And I just feel that me as an embroiderer, it's my responsibility to respect their work. Because, you know, just as hard as I work to embroider and make things, they work just as hard to make their designs. And, you know, I don't ever, you know, I know how I would feel if somebody did that to me, stole something from me when I specifically said no. It would not make me feel good. So I would never want to do that to anybody. So to me, that's just how I am. That's my personality. I'm very straight about that. You know, if they say no, I go, not a problem. I will buy it and use it as is. Totally respect that. But a lot of times, you know, I do look for designs that I can modify. And I always make sure that I note those that I can't. And I use Embroidery. And what I'll do is sometimes I'll take 2 designs and I'll squish them together. Man, she's rough with that. Thank God she doesn't have a belt. Anyway, so anyway, you know, I'll take 2 designs and I'll like put them together with my own little fonts and, you know, like kind of like create my own little thing. But I use Embroidery to do that. I do that on shirts a lot. And you could do it with the hats too. You know, you can, you know, the one that I did with the Gucci name on it and stuff, you know, that those were little flowers that I blended together and stuff like that. But you know, if you want to do a hat like that for yourself, that's fine. But I'm telling you, be careful though with that name Gucci. I don't sell that stuff. That's just I made that for me, just so that I could wear that because I thought it would look cute with my bag, you know. So let me see. Hey, Transforming. I see Sylvia in the house and Zell. Female Hustle Inc. You go, girl. Love that name and stuff. Hey, Miss Daisy. Want some hats? I want to get some white ones and embroider them after I tie-dye them. Oh, Daisy, those would look cute. Tie-dye. You know, tie-dyeing is very, very popular. It's very in. A lot of folks like that. And I don't know if you've gone to the fabric store. I went today to the fabric store and I saw a lot of fabrics that look like tie-dye. So I think that's like a big in thing and stuff. I see Miss Brown's in there. Miss Brown just started her YouTube channel too. It's called The Crafty Puerto Rican. So please subscribe and support her and stuff. I mean, she just, you know, she's starting her little channel and stuff. I think that's so awesome. I just love it when I see people like, you know, start their own stuff. I get excited and everything, you know, because hey, you know, there's enough for everybody, okay? So, hey, Miss Sampson, love Jiffy. I love it too. Hey, Boo, how you doing, Harmony? Harmony, you gotta do puff embroidery. I love this stuff. And because of you, I'm gonna end up spending like another $1,000 because I see that you do the embroidery from ear to ear. My hat hoop that I have does not do ear to ear embroidery. It just does the front. So now I have to invest on a generation 2 hats, hat hoop thing. So I'm gonna start doing that. I gotta save my money, so I gotta buy more shirts and stuff because my son Carlito starts school in about a week and a half. So I gotta make sure I pay that rent, you know, because if not, then he comes home, you know. So anyway, gotta keep him out of the house and stuff. Hey, Miss Smiles. Let's see, did I say hi to everybody? I think, oh, you're buffering. Oh, Miss Iris. I hope I'm not buffering now. I think I'm back though. I think I'm back in the game and stuff. And let's see. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Grace. How you doing? From North Carolina and stuff. Don't worry about being late. You guys can always do the replay. And so that's what I love about it. I really, really have to be desperate to use a regular hoop. Yeah. If you see me with a regular hoop, that means it's not a good day because I love my Mighty Hoops. Mighty Hoops is how I love going. I love doing that and stuff. Let's see. Hey, Teresa. Oh, hit the like button. Yes, guys, if you like this live, please hit the like button and stuff. I just hope that today I give you guys a lot of good ideas about the hats and stuff. I really, really like doing hats. And I am going to do a video on doing the beanie with a piece of leather and stuff. I see a lot of people selling them. They're like, you know, making these little beanies with the little leather attached to it and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a shot and I'm going to do a video and we're going to see how that comes out. Because, I mean, that's really cute for the winter time. So, and it's a cute idea. So I got some beanies, you know, so I'm going to give that a shot and see how it is. So, you know, and if it comes out good, guess what? Everybody's getting beanies for Christmas, you know. Everybody's going to be like, oh, look what we got. Jeanette gave everybody beanies, you know, and stuff. Well, guys, it is past 9 o'clock. Okay, as always, Jay did her job and stuff because she is my time monitor and stuff. Because you saw what happened. She didn't come last week, so I was here talking for an hour and a half. See, she got the chancleta and stuff. Woo! I'm telling you, boy. Puerto Rican women, I tell you, boy. Thank God she wasn't my mother, you know. So, guys, I am going to call it the night. and stuff. And you know, hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys got a lot of good ideas for hats and all that kind of stuff. As always, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you're not part of my Facebook group, please join us. It's called Embroidery Happy Hour. Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. You know, it's a great place for you to post things that you're working on, ask questions, you know, ask for help or anything, or just show off what you're doing and stuff. And, you know, so we could cheer you on and everything. So hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys had fun. And you guys have a great weekend. And please be safe, everyone. So you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.